Hello, Team Achilles Kids, and welcome to Thursday's lower body workout. Now, today we don't need any props, but of course we need our water. So go ahead and go grab that, and I'll meet you back here. Now that we have our water, let's get started. We have 5 lower body exercises that we're gonna do twice. So each time we go through, it's 1 circuit, and we are gonna do 2 circuits. Now, it's almost the weekend. We've been working out all week. Let's have a little fun and let's do some animal exercises. You know I love the animal exercises. Our first one we're gonna start with are donkey kicks. So to do this, everybody's gonna get down into tabletop. Now remember, in tabletop, our shoulders are over our wrists, our knees are under our hips, and our spine and our neck are in line and they're neutral. And what I mean by neutral is we don't have it raised up like we do for our cat, and we don't have our belly drop down like we do for cow. It's right in the middle. It's nice and flat. If you were to put a cup on your back, it should be able to sit there. Now, what we're doing these ones for is to really stretch our hip flexors and also our hamstrings. So we're gonna start with our left leg. We're gonna keep it bent, and from your hip here, we're just going to pick our bent leg up and try and put our foot on the ceiling. Now notice I'm not going that high, because what we want to do is we want to keep our hips in the same position that we started in, nice and flat and straight, and our back nice and straight. So then we're just going to lift from our hip and try and put our foot on the ceiling. What we don't want to do is have our body drop and turn as we pick our leg up. Keep everything nice and still and just reach up. Okay, let's do them together. Ready? We're going to do 10 on each side. 1, 2. We're just doing the left leg right now. 3. This is not about going up high. It's about staying still and keeping a nice controlled movement. 5 more. 6, 7. Keep your foot flat. Think as if you're trying to walk on the ceiling. We don't want to point our toes or flex them in, just nice and flat. 8. Squeeze that tush as you bring it up. Really engage that to get a nice stretch. I think we are going to do 1 more to be safe. 10. Okay, now I'm going to turn so you can see me on the other side, but you can stay exactly how you are, and we're going to do our right leg, okay? So still in our tabletop, lift from your hip, keep your pelvis flat, your spine flat and straight, look down in front of you, and let's lift from the hip and bring that bent leg up towards the ceiling. 1, 2, squeeze your tush at the top. 3. Notice that I'm moving slowly and I'm controlling how I'm moving so that my spine and my hips are not twisting or turning. 5, 6, nice job. Keep going, a few more. 7, 8. Again, it is not about going high. It's about keeping that neutral spine. Let's do 1 more for good measure, just to be safe. 10. Great job. Those are our donkey kicks. For our next exercise, we're going to stay on the ground. It's another animal exercise, and it's one of my favorite. It's called frog jumps, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it. So what I want you to do is get on your toes with your heels under your bottom, and then spread your knees wider than your hips. So we have these nice frog legs happening. Then take both hands and place them down on the ground. You should look like a frog. If you want to ribbit here, go right ahead. And we're going to jump to the right, jump back to the center, jump to the left, and jump back to the center. Now, what I want you to focus on is really pushing off from your toes and using your leg muscles to move side to side. Don't just pick up the upper part of your body. This is a lower body exercise. Okay, ready? Let's go ahead and do it together. To the right, 1. To the center, 2, to the left, 3, and back to the center, 4. Let's keep going. Can you get nice and high? How high can you jump up? Back to the center. Keep going, almost there. Back to the center, and let's go to the left one more, and to the center. So we did 12 of those. To the side, to the right, to the center, to the left, and back. Awesome job. Now that our hips and our quads are warmed up, we're gonna go into side lunges, because our side lunges are really gonna keep working our hips and our quads and our tush and our core. So to do our side lunges, first thing I want you to do is be hips width distance apart, your feet, right? This is usually how we start most of our exercises. I want you to roll your shoulders back and bring that belly button into your spine so you're really activating your core. Now you can put your hands on your hip. You can put them out in front of you, wherever is most comfortable for you. For now, I'm gonna put mine on my hips. Then I'm gonna step out to the right really far. My toes are facing forward. They're not out to the side, they're not turned in, they're facing forward like 2 L's. And then I'm gonna push my tush back and bend until I have a nice 90-degree angle. And then I'm gonna stand up and bring my right foot back. Now watch, I'm gonna do that again. We're gonna do 10 on this side. I have a wide stance. I'm gonna push my tush back and bend, bring it back, step back to the center. Okay, let's do another one. This is 3. Bend your knee. You don't want your knee to go past your toes. So if you notice that your knee's coming really far out, you might just need to take a wider stance, because we want a nice 90-degree angle, but we should still be able to see our toes past our knees. Our tush is going back, so we're really getting a good stretch, and we're isolating these muscles right here in our leg, okay? Then we're gonna straighten our leg and step back. I think that's 4. 5. Step out, bend. 6. Think about keeping your chest open. We don't want to lean forward. We don't want to be looking down at the ground. We want to keep our chest open and our bottom back. Nice job. Keep going. 8. 2 more. 9. Keep those shoulders back. Last one. Keep the belly in. 10. Now we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So we're going to step out, keep our toes facing forward, bend our knee, push our tush back, keep those shoulders back, your chest open, back up, step back in. That's 1. Bend and back, straighten the leg, back to center, 2. 3. 4, can you try bringing your hands to heart center? 5, get a little balance in there. If you wobble, if you fall, it's okay, just get back up. 6. Remember, if you need a wider stance, go ahead and take it. We want to make sure we see our toes as we go down. 7. 8. 1 more, 2 more. 9. Last one, we might have done an extra one, but that's okay. 10. Really great job. For our next exercise, we're going to do chair pose. If you've been doing yoga, you might have done chair pose during one of your practices. If not, don't worry, it's super easy. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what my body's doing during this exercise. I want your feet hip width distance apart, so they're right under your hips. And pull that belly button in, okay? That's how we're going to get our core in this one. So what we're going to do, it's actually very similar to our side lunge, except we're not going to step out to the side. We're just going to hold it. We're going to bend our knees. And we want to try eventually to get a 90-degree angle here. But that's pretty hard, so you just go down as far as you can go. Now what I don't want to happen is, just like in our side lunge, I don't want your knees to come in front of your toes. If they are in front of your toes, just think about pushing your hips and your bottom back as if you're trying to put them on the back wall. Now what this really is it's like doing our wall sits. Remember we did those in our last challenge. But this time, we don't have a wall. But I want you to think about that the whole time. Can you get your bottom back and your shoulders and your back as if they were on a wall, okay? So ready? Let's go ahead and get in position. You can keep your hands on your hips, or you can put them straight out as if they're glued to your ears. For right now, I'm gonna start with them on my hips. And we're gonna start the timer for 20 seconds. Ready? Let's go. Bend down, pull your bottom back, make sure your knees are not past your toes, and bring your chest up. Think about standing up, okay? Keep that belly button pulled in and make sure to keep breathing. Can you get a little lower? Keep bringing that bottom back. There you go, 10 more seconds. Can you bring your arms out now? Bring them out by the sides of your head, by your ears. Again, if you wobble, if you fall, no big deal. Keep going. We're almost there. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up and shake that out. Wow, that was a fantastic job. We've made it to our last exercise. For this one, we're gonna do plank leg raises, because you know we can't do a workout without me doing planks. So everybody get down on the ground, get down into tabletop, and then we're gonna reach our toes back behind us, and we're gonna get into our plank. Now remember, our shoulders go over our wrists. Our back is nice and straight. We don't wanna be up in downward dog, and we don't wanna be down in cobra pose, okay? Pick it up so we're nice straight back, tilt forward a little bit, and then we're going to do 10 leg raises. So all we're gonna do is pick up our right leg, put it back down. Pick up our left toes, put them back down, okay? That's it, super easy. Keep your belly button pulled in, and remember, try to stay as still as possible. Ready? Let's go. Right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. Can you squeeze your tush while you do this? Nice. 8, 9, 10, we're halfway there. How high can you lift those legs? Slow and controlled. Can you smile while we do this? We're working out our body. That always feels good. 2 more. Last one. Nice job. Lower to the ground. You did a wonderful job. So I want everybody to go get some water, and I'll meet you back here for our second circuit. We've had our water and we've had a little rest. Now let's do our second circuit. For this one, we're gonna go straight through all 5 exercises. We're gonna take a little 5 to 10 second break in between, but otherwise, we're going from beginning to end. And of course, as always, if you wanna do a third circuit, go right ahead. But for us today, we're gonna just do 2. Okay, we ready? We're gonna start with our donkey kicks. Let's get down on the ground, into tabletop, and we're gonna start with our right leg. Last time we started with our left, this time we're gonna start with our right. We're gonna do 10 on the right side and then 10 on the left. Ready? Let's go. Lift from the hip, up. Lift from the hip, keep your body still. Make sure that your back is staying nice and straight. We do not want our back or our pelvis to dip, otherwise then we're not doing anything. This is a really great stretch for our hip flexors, for our hamstrings. Remember, it's not about how high we go. 2 more. Last one. Nice job. Let's go right into our left side. Lift, try and step on the ceiling. Keep that foot nice and flat. Slow and controlled movements. You are doing an awesome job. Keep going. We are halfway there. 6, 7, nothing should be moving but that left leg. Right from the hip. 2 more. 9, last one, 10. Great job. Give a little wiggle if you need to. It's really opening up our hips. Our hips are where we have a lot of stress. It's where it tends to kind of stay and get stuck in there. And so a lot of times when we're running or doing other exercises, we're tight in there. So if we can open up our hips, it's going to help us to be better runners. Now we're down on our toes this time for our frog jumps. We're going to do 12 of them. We're going to go to the right, the center, to the left, back to the center. So go ahead and get set up in your frog stance on your toes, your heels under your bottom, your knees spread wider than your hips, your hands down on the ground. Okay, you ready? And let me hear you ribbit as we do these. Okay, let's go to the right. Actually, let's go to the left this time since we went to the right the last time. So start with your left. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Nice job. To the center, to the left, to the center, to the right, to the center. Keep going, we're almost there. To the left, to the center, to the right, and back to the center. And go ahead and stand up. Wow, shake out your legs. Give a little twist in the hips there. Great work. Now we'll take a little breath. See, you can hear, even I'm getting a little tired. And we're gonna go into side lunges. So let's set up right. Get our feet under our hips. And we're gonna start with the left. So hands on your hips. Take a wide step to the left. And then I want you to bend your left leg. Stand back up. Step in. That's 1. Step to the left again. Bend. Straight. Step back. Step again. 3. Step back. Make sure your knees are behind your toes. Keep those shoulders back, your chest open. Pretend you're looking back at me. Can you see me while you're doing this? If you can't, open up that chest, bring those shoulders back. Okay, we're almost there. Keep going. Bend, straight, back. Keep going. Last one. Make it your best bend yet. Straighten it. Step back. Okay, we're going to go right into our right side. Step out. Bend your right knee. Bring that bottom back. Straighten the leg. Step back in. 1. 2. Sometimes I even need to remind myself to keep my shoulders back and my chest facing forward. If you need to check just to make sure that your knees aren't going over your toes, go right ahead. But then kind of trust your body. Be able to look up and trust that your body knows what to do. Bring that tush back. Keep going, we're almost there. 8, 9, 1 more. Can you bend the most yet? Stand up straight. And you did it. Woo! Okay, 2 exercises left. You're doing a great job. You've got this. If you need a little sip of water, you can take it. But otherwise, let's go right into our chair pose. Now, this is not our wall sits. We do not need a wall. We're just going to use our body. So I want you to bend your legs. We don't have to get into it yet, but I want you to get set up. Feet hip width distance apart. Hip width distance apart. That is really a tongue twister. And then I want you to bend your knees. Make sure they're behind your toes. And we're going to put our hands on our hips. And we're going to start the timer. Ready? Let's go. Sit back and down. So we want to try and get our bottom against the back wall. Bring it down. Bring those shoulders back. Bring your chest up. Can you bring your arms up? We're almost there. 5 more seconds. Keep going. Sit a little lower. Sit a little lower. Bring those arms up. You got it. You got it. And stand up. Woo! Okay, we are doing a fantastic job, and we are at our last exercise. So let's go ahead and get down on the ground. Take a couple breaths here. I know chair pose is really tricky. Now, for those of you who want to level up with chair pose, go ahead and try for 30 seconds. See if you can do that. Now, our last exercise is our plank leg raises. So go ahead and get down on the ground into tabletop. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. Make sure you have a nice plank. We do plank all the time. So make sure you have a nice flat back, okay? And we're gonna lift our legs 10 times on each side, but we're gonna rotate. Ready? Let's go. Left leg, right leg. Keep those toes pointing down towards the ground as you lift them. This is very similar in the fact that we don't want to move anything but our legs. So like when we do our donkey kicks, it's not about how high we go, it's about how still we are. We're halfway there. Slow and controlled. Now sometimes we have a tendency to start to pike our hips up. If you do, just bring them back down and lean forward again. You got it, we're almost there. I am so proud of you guys. Keep going. Keep going, one more on each side. We might have done one extra, but that's okay. Bring your knees down. You did it. Don't forget to drink some water. I want you to drink water all day because you just did an amazing lower body workout. Great job. I'll see you at the dance party tomorrow.